What's up guys, welcome back. If you just finished our last video, you saw that I had a red McLaren in here that we did a set of lowering springs from AP Velocity on it. Absolutely love the look of that. It turned out sick. Today we have this one back and it is going to receive a upgraded set of inlets from Pure. So I'm getting ready to rack the car up. If I can get the box here, you know, we'll check that out in a second. They just showed up, so getting ready to rack the car up, then we'll unbox this thing, get the fender liners off, and we'll start that process and show you guys how it's done. Stay tuned. So your intake tube here, what we're after is that bend right there. So it goes from this pipe through the flexible piece to that 180-degree bend. And that is the inlet that we're going to change. So I've got some few more shields and stuff to take off, and then we can gain access to it. Okay, once you get this panel off, you're going to have the other end of the elbow that I talked about exposed, which is right here. Where you can see that clamp. Try not to be too bright with my light here, but that worm gear clamp right there is what you're going to need to remove. And then as you'll notice, it goes from here, snakes around to the outside to where we already exposed it on the other end. Now, for my own ease, I did take off the longer side of the intake pipe. I don't necessarily think that you have to, but for snaking it out and just making my life easier, I did. So I would suggest doing that. Just, you know, it's 3 bolts. Give yourself a little bit more room and voila. So yeah, grab some tools, we'll disconnect that thing. All right, for our inlets, we went with Pure. Let me get this box open here. Gotta love the staples, right? Alright. So the one with a single side is going to be our passenger side. And then this one, yep, should have 2. There you go. So the 2 stems, the driver's side. And the single is the passenger. So we'll continue getting those stock inlets out, toss these on here shortly. So our next thing that I need to remove, if I can see it for you guys, those 2 clamps right there. So if you'll notice, the one on the, well, both of them really, but you can see the edge of the clamp. I'm gonna take a really thin, long flat blade that I have, and I'm gonna pop that lip up and get those off. A little difficult to reach, and this is under the car, so we will position a light up there, and then long flat plate. So get that up there and pop that off. See if I can do it while I'm filming, but I also can't see, so this will be interesting. I'm gonna have to set this down for a minute. Okay, as you can see, we have the driver's side out now, getting ready to fit the new one. Those two broke on the way out, but they're getting replaced anyway, so it didn't really matter. So we're gonna take a mirror, inspect the turbo real quick, make sure there's no bits of it in there from these breaking and stuff like that. Then we'll proceed with shoving this in there. Okay, and lots of wrestling and squeeze. Just be patient, man. And it'll slide down and hold, then you can put your intake pipe back on, connect the two surfaces there and there. You'll be solid. Put your fender liner back, put your wheel back, and then rinse and repeat on the other side, and that is basically it. Just a little bit of patience, some really basic hand tools. This is a very easy to do DIY, as long as you guys can get the car off the ground. So if you got a set of quick jacks or a floor post, this is completely doable. Or a big 2-post like we have. Okay, intake pipe's back on. We are clamped to the new inlet. Just gonna go make the pipe connections. I gotta get new clips. As you saw earlier, we had to knock these off for the two little tubes that put down on the turbo inlet. So I gotta get some new ones, put those in there from the bottom, and clamp the remaining part of the inlet on the turbo. Put the fender liner back in, then we can move to the other side. Alright guys, we are wrapped up with the 720 doing the pure inlets. We got that ready to go back to the driver, so I'm going to take it for a quick test drive. We're going to get rid of this thing, let it go, and appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned, we'll bring you more content.